Right now, everyone's complaining about the cost of living, so let's talk about it.
I told myself I would never cry on the internet because I think that's so lame, but I just got our rent renewal thing for our apartment complex, and it's going up by $300 a month. $300 for a one-bedroom apartment that is not updated in any sort of way. And our complex doesn't even have, like, nice amenities. Like, we have a tiny pool and a tennis court. Like, this is not a luxury apartment complex. We already pay, with all the fees and everything included, $2,000 a month, and now we're gonna be paying $2,300 a month for this tiny apartment. And that's just so frustrating. I don't understand how people can live in this world anymore. And I just don't want to move again because that's so much work and more money, and it's stressful trying to find another place. And it's just so annoying. And now I feel like I need to get a new job. And I just got this job and I like it, but it's not paying me nearly what I need. And so now I'm gonna have to go through applying to jobs again, which I did for like a whole year plus until I found this job. So I'm gonna have to go through all of that again. It's just not fair.
People everywhere are complaining about the cost of living, whether it's increase in rent prices, whether their mortgages are going up, it's the food prices, it's the way that the job market is so unstable. People are getting laid off, your expenses are going up, but your pay is staying the same. So much is happening right now, and everyone is complaining that life is just getting harder and we need a solution. But I honestly don't think that we should look to the governments to give us a solution because the government cannot take care of every individual.
The cost of living in Canada is sick. There is no more cost of living. There is only cost of surviving. My girlfriend and I met for coffees the other day, and she owes a little bit of money to the government, and she was crying to me, crying, saying, I don't know what to do. I'm working three jobs. I'm a single mother. Like, I can't afford to live here anymore. So she had a call with the CRA, and the CRA ripped her apart. They said it is unacceptable that you have not maxed out your credit cards to pay us. It is not acceptable that you are paying $1,000 a month in groceries for yourself and your three children. You need to cut back. So she said to them, you're telling me that you want me to take the food from my children's mouth to pay your greedy ass when it's
It is unacceptable to ask someone to max out their credit cards to pay rent. That I think is unacceptable. That is showing the lack of empathy and care for another individual. And on top of that, if she cannot afford rent, she won't be able to afford to pay back the credit card. So you're telling her to put herself in the hole just to pay rent, and then what?
and it's your fault that groceries are astronomically priced right now. We are all in this together. We are all suffering together. The cost of living is killing people. Families are falling apart. People don't get to see their children because they have to work two, three, four jobs. I need to let people know that there's another way. And I'm telling you, you need to start looking into the world of digital marketing, digital products, digital sales. These are all things that you can do at home. Make them at home, build them at home, implement it at home, start marketing it at home, and start making the money at home. Working your 9 to 5 is barely getting you by. You're never going to get ahead. But I'm telling you, you need to do something because this isn't going to get better. Watch what's going to happen in the housing market this year. Watch the price of groceries. Watch the price of gas. Like, we're not getting relief. This is not going away. So, how are you going to get on top of it? What are you going to do to make sure that you and your family can survive? Surviving. What are you going to do so that you and your family can thrive? Because it is possible. All you need to do is take the first step.
I agree that digital products can be a way to some sort of financial freedom, but I would be very careful with a lot of these people that push digital marketing because a lot of them are selling you a course or they're selling you something called MRR, which is Master Resale Rights, where they essentially sell you a course that you have to sell back. You don't have to change anything on the course, you just sell back the course as it is, like it's your own. So you can make like minor changes to customize it to make it seem like it's your own, but the content pretty much of the course you can just sell it back at the same time. So for example, you can buy a course about how to grow on social media. You don't even have to know anything about that yourself, but you can market this course on how to grow on social media and you can just sell it back. A lot of them who are telling people that they're making so much money with digital products, that's how they make their money. They make their money by telling you that you can make money by selling the course that they're telling you they got rich by selling, if you get what I mean. So be careful with the whole digital marketing, digital product niche online, because some of them are just trying to turn you into a customer. What I would say though, if you do have a skill, if you have some knowledge, if you can teach something, put it in an ebook, put it in a course, market yourself, put yourself in front of people, maybe not even your face if you don't want to, but if you have some knowledge in your head, go ahead and try to monetize that without having to pay. The good thing about social media, it's free, so start there, but I wouldn't encourage anyone to go ahead and buy a course to sell a course. Start with what you have and work it from there.
If you are not struggling financially right now, then you need to consider yourself completely blessed. Like, don't even consider yourself. You are completely blessed. Like, every time I check my local mom group on Facebook, I see requests or people asking where they can get some financial assistance to pay utilities or assistance with rent. And it's concerning because these people are working full-time jobs and they just can't make things work right now. For example, this morning, a woman posted she's an RN working 2 jobs and still is struggling. I know we're all complaining about how expensive things are. For me personally, like my car insurance doubled in August. I was paying around $140 a month and now I'm paying $280 for 2 vehicles and I'm one driver. And I have never had a claim. There was no reason for the increase other than they just increased me. On top of that, Florida Power and Light rules the entire state of Florida now. They bought out Gulf Power. And since then, all I ever hear about from people is how astronomical their utility bills are. Everyone is trying to find ways to save money. But as soon as we save money in one area, something else goes up. So it's just kind of like we're sliding this scale back and forth and it's actually like increasing. We're never saving, no matter how hard we try. Like I stopped eating out with my kids. Obviously, eating out is super expensive, but I went almost a month no eating out and it was still a struggle. And if you made it this far, I don't mean this to be like a pity party thing. I'm figuring it out. But last Friday, my birthday, my boss cut my hours in half. So yeah, I guess this is also like a PSA to people who aren't struggling right now. Don't be tone deaf because you never know what's going on behind the scenes. If you start to notice behavior changes and lifestyle changes, I can promise you it's because people are being proactive or, I don't know, maybe reactive to their financial situation. It's just a mess.
Are we really struggling in this economy, or is everything a facade? I just can't help but wonder to notice that everywhere I go, packed to the brim. Restaurants are packed. Cafes with $12 lattes, huge lines. Erewhon with 20 something dollar smoothies, huge lines. Grocery stores packed. The other day I called a bunch of nail salons just to get a basic ass pedicure. All packed, all busy. They had no availability to squeeze in a 30-minute basic pedicure. And I'm thinking, I thought we were near a recession. I thought the economy is bad. I thought people were struggling with groceries and bills. Yet everywhere I go, restaurants, bars, cafes, packed to the brim, malls, packed. Target, go to Walmart, everyone's cart is packed. Everybody's cart is packed. Trader Joe's, Costco, everybody is packed. Everybody is buying things, a multitude of things. And everything is more expensive due to the inflation. But where are people getting this money from then? I thought we were struggling. Am I the only one who's been noticing this?
People are struggling. They're just putting it on their credit cards because life goes on. Pretty much, people are just thinking, I can't afford it right now, but I have a credit card and I'm just gonna put that expense on the credit card and I'll think about it later.
So let me chime in on how people are making it right now in America with inflation at an all-time high. People that are making $35 an hour, 40 bucks an hour are still broke. So you wonder, am I the only one feeling this? I know you guys are driving around in your city, seeing people still at the grocery stores, still in the fast food lines, still acting as everything is normal. But there's one thing that, if you haven't noticed, people are not using their money to survive right now. They're using credit cards. And if you look at America's credit card usage right now, it is at an all-time high. Most families are already maxed out. And I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to send everything into let's say, a bad spot. They're not going to pay these credit cards back. They're spending knowing that they're not going to pay these credit cards back. And so now that these people's credit cards are maxed out and credit companies are no longer giving them money to survive and buy their food, because we don't have any help on our food. If you make money like I make money, you go to that grocery store, or your wife goes, because I haven't been in the grocery store and I don't know how long, but my wife goes to the grocery store. And if we don't spend $600 or $700 on a grocery trip, I'm surprised. But my situation is different. I have a lot of kids, but you wonder how people are making it out here, and they are not making it off their own money. Plus, let's put the other thing in perspective. You have the government saying that job numbers are through the roof. They have created so many jobs and people are taking these jobs. And that's not true. The fact of the matter is, people are taking on second jobs and third jobs just to put food on the table for their family. Mind you, in the richest country in the world, something's not right. If you are somebody out there surviving right now, taking care of your kids, and your money's going up, I salute you. But 99% of people right now, their pockets are suffering badly, to the point where the government even said that by the end of this month, most likely 99% of Americans will have run out of any savings. Wow. This is crazy.
I don't know if y'all be reading and paying attention to the news, but the economy is in a terrible spot right now. I mean, you got major retail stores that are closing up hundreds of locations just this year. You got Walgreens closing over 150 stores. You got Macy's closing over 100 stores. Foot Locker closing over 400 stores. CVS Pharmacy is closing 900 stores. Family Dollar closing 600 stores. Rue 21 closing 540 stores. I mean, the list goes on and on, from Best Buy, Dollar Tree, Express, even Walmart is closing down 7 of its supercenters. On top of that, you have the major layoffs. Like Google done already laid off almost 12,000 people. eBay just laid off 1,000 people. Microsoft just laid off 1,900 people. UPS just laid off 12,000 people. Like, bro, it's only May. Even Tesla is laying off over 10% of its entire workforce. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Apple, a company that's worth $2 trillion, is closing 400 of its retail locations this year. I couldn't even tell y'all what all of that means, because truthfully, I don't even know myself. But if you anybody like me, you will find it ironic that it's all happening at once. But y'all let me know what y'all think.
Let's be real and let's be honest. If you have to take a second or third job to take care of your family, there is a big problem. And the problem might be you. So, what I mean is, if you have 3 kids and you have a wife, for example, that's 5 people you need to take care of. There is no entry level job that I can think of that will allow you to take care of 5 people without struggling. You're either losing your job or your expenses are increasing and your pay is staying the same. Something has got to give. And that's why I recommend everyone find something to do on the side that brings in money. Whether or not you're comfortable at your job, you can get laid off today. They can call you in a meeting tomorrow, and that is a wrap. And it can take you 6+ months to get a new job based on the job market right now. So you do not have the luxury of saying, oh, well, I have a great job. Everything is good for me. I don't have to think about a side hustle. I don't have to think about anything else. You do not have to burn yourself out, especially if you're comfortable. I think if you're comfortable, you have the luxury of taking the time to sit down and carefully plan whatever side hustle you're going into, but have some other form of income. One income is too close to homelessness. And I heard someone said this today. We are closer to being homeless than we are to being rich. So let's be honest, let's be smart, let's be responsible for ourselves and our finances. If you do not have a budget, it means you do not know where your money is going. Make a budget, make a plan, increase your income as much as you can, reduce your spending as much as you can, ensure you have an emergency fund. If you have debt, tackle that debt right now. The best time to pay your debt off was yesterday. The second best time is today. Things are only getting worse. I have no hope that the economy is going to get better. Things are getting worse. We have to prepare for that, or else we and our families are going to suffer. How has the cost of living affected you? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.